of all, obviously, we're going to talk about the Habs. Anyways, so they've been struggling. So this week, they decided to switch up the lines, right? What do you guys think about the situation where they put both Doc and Savkovsky on the fourth line? Because I have my own opinion about the situation.
I didn't even know. I haven't been paying that much attention because I'm so annoyed a little bit. Because
so they've been struggling. A lot of it is defensively, but the thing is, their top six, the two that are struggling the most is Slavkovsky and Doc. And Doc, it's understandable. He's coming out an injury, not only the ACL but the MCL, and it's rare you see that. You can't just expect the guy to. So they're giving him time, but at the same time, he's not giving his all. So they put him on the fourth line, and Slavkovsky also is. They put him on the fourth line. But what do you think about the decision they made, especially after you saw that game? What are your thoughts on that, Danny?
I'll tell you something right now. The problem not with the players is with the coach.
Ooh.
Martin St. Louis got to go, and they dropped the ball when Jim Montgomery got fired. And they
I'm gonna get to that.
Have hired Montgomery right away instead of St. Louis picking him up, because St. Louis is a great guy, but he's not a good coach. Even the players say they have no system. There's no system there.
Being out coach.
How are you? You're not getting any shots on your power play. How does that happen?
Well, they do have a system.
They have zero.
They went from an offensive to a hybrid defensive style.
Have you watched them play?
Yes, I've watched them play.
Even my dad can point out. He goes, "How they literally it's like they want to walk the puck in the net. How do you not take a shot on the power play with a guy like Lane Hudson, with a guy like all these offenses? How are you not shooting the puck on net?" On Toronto, they're getting scored on shorthanded, and to me, they look lost on the ice.
Don't forget they finished getting mostly. They finished building their prospects and everything, but now they have these guys integrated into the team. Now you got to give them time to develop. So it's normal, especially on the defense where they're the youngest, that they're gonna struggle. My problem is, I get your point with St. Louis. My problem is that I think St. Louis, yes, he's not inexperienced, but I don't want to put the full blame on him. I'll put the blame on him on that game where he put Slavkovsky and Doc on the fourth line. You're gonna make a point, okay? Put them on the fourth line, but don't put them on the fourth line and then you have Doc 40 seconds into the game. Montreal gets a penalty. He's on the power play, and he has more minutes in the game than Gallagher and Anderson, who are supposed to be on the second line. He's got the second most minutes in the whole game. It's ridiculous. It's like saying, you know what? I'm grounding you. You're my child. I'm grounding you. Maxime Lapierre made this point. He goes, I'm grounding you, but you're going to go to your room the whole day. But yet, I'm going to give you an iPad. I'm going to give you the PlayStation. I'm going to give you McDonald's. I'm going to give you the iPhone. You can get anything you want, but you're grounded. It's like, what punishment are you giving the player?
To me, he's not. You have guys like Petzetta. First of all, Petzetta he's played 3 games all season. This guy busts his balls, everything. So they're doing moves like bringing up guy like Lucas Condotta. Like, okay, like why are you bringing this guy? And he's superseding Petzetta, who every time he plays, literally is the hardest worker on the ice. Okay, he's not gonna win. This guy is not the savior, right? He's a fourth line player.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a fourth line player. But what message does that send the rest of the team, right? To me, it's a bric-a-brac. They don't know what they're doing. To me, it seems like that they don't know what they're doing. Martin St. Louis is not a coach.
So Danny,
he's not a coach.
I have a insider, okay, hockey insider,
hockey insider,
secretive guy. And honestly, this guy is Alex. He's a friend, a coworker at the restaurant that I work with. He's a savvy kid when it comes to hockey. And one of the hot topics that we wanted to discuss, we were discussing with each other, is definitely Jim Montgomery, okay?
I was going to get to that, but go ahead.
Of course. Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Yes.
But what the hell is why wouldn't you want to do that, take that dive?
The first day.
Lock this guy up. He's
St.
already...
Louis did it. They should have never fired him. Should never fired him. I couldn't believe they fired him.
Okay, but this is the whole point I'm trying to make, is that what the hell was Boston thinking? What the hell was Montreal thinking? The Boston Bruins have Na testa dura, all right? A really hard head.
That was their problem. Is the testa dura.
The actual organization is the problem, not the coaching. A 70%.
St. Louis got rid of
Sweeney
Sweeney coach. They just
and
fired,
Neely
just hired,
need to be
give a
held
2-year
accountable.
contract too.
Sweeney and Cam Neely need to be held accountable.
100%.
And it's not the first time we've seen a coach get fired for the wrong reasons. I think the last time before Montgomery came in should have been Sweeney or Neely who should have had their position.
I'm sorry, but you know who's got to go in management over there? I loved him as a player, but Cam Neely's got to go.
I'm just
Adams, Jack Adams. He won it what? Not last year, or the 2 years
Yeah, but
ago.
come on, he's making stupid decisions, man.
it's
With the goalie, was a big
ridiculous.
freaking mess.
No, but that's not Montgomery. That's Neely and Sweeney.
That's
What I'm
Sweeney.
saying.
right.
That's
right,
what I'm saying.
right.
They made a big farce with the contract of
Allmark versus canceling Allmark and keeping Swayman. And the way they did it.
But the
making
contract
Swayman
negotiation for
back out
Swayman
on
was
that.
horrible.
No, but Neely calling him out in the
Yes,
media.
that's what I mean, yeah.
On the offseason, that's right.
yeah.
It was very
And then giving
unprofessional.
him a couple of $1 million, $2 million more, which comes out to not even $250,000 more a year. It was just a safe face. It was garbage.
Listen, St. Louis was quick on it.
Yeah.
Montgomery had already been eyeing the Blues,
Mhm.
and they did the smart move. They picked him up within a week. He was done.
Yeah.
They got rid of their other. It was
But the thing is
5 years they signed him
Yeah,
for.
but
They knew what they were doing.
The thing is that
5
but
years.
Hughes and Gorton had a relationship with Montgomery
That's
en
the thing.
plus.
So it
That's
was
true.
almost like Montgomery
It
was
is
like,
like-
"You want to fire me? I've got. I
You
already
know what it
my
is?
destiny."
I'll tell you what it is. It's because it's freaking Montreal. Because he didn't speak French. Okay, that's the only reason. So now I have to ask.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Like the people in Quebec, do you want to win freaking hockey games,
Or do you care
or
about-
do you want to care that this freaking guy speaks French? Because if you're gonna want to only hire a guy that speaks French, well then you're picking at the bottom of the freaking.
They do it
at the
everywhere
bottom
else
of the
in
thing.
sports except for
Okay,
here.
only over here. But the thing is, these guys want to win, but then you're not you're not choosing the best of the best. You're
Danny,
choosing the best of the rest,
when you
which
have a-
is already very
when you
low.
have a special type of fan base like the Quebecers here, I'm sorry, I'm not
I
trying to
don't
be
give a
I'm not
shit.
trying to be prejudiced. No, I agree with you.
Media
This
as
is
well.
what it is.
Yes,
No,
and the media as well.
The media puts pressure.
It's the media as well.
But at the end of the day, man, get your head out of your ass and say you want to win. You got to get the best coach
That's
available,
what
not the best
they
French
gotta
coach
come
available.
out and say that, but they're never gonna come out that because of these people, right? But then you have to tell them. They say, "Yo, listen, we would hire a Quebec person if the Quebec person, a French-speaking was the best available. But unfortunately, they're not.
Why could they do it with the
They're
Alouettes?
not.
Why could they do it with the CF Montreal, but they can't do it with the Habs?
Yeah, it's because the Alouette, these are not institutions in Montreal.
Doesn't matter.
Like, Montreal Canadiens are an institution. You know what I mean?
They protect it. They love
Exactly.
to
And
have that
everybody
image.
still thinks of Henry and Maurice Richard, but everybody's got to forget that it's fucking 100 years ago. Like
Anyways.
wake up.
Listen, I to get back to my point, I don't agree with what happened with the Fort Line demotion, because yes, they should have got demoted, but he shouldn't have given them those liberties on the power play because it was you want to demote them, give them a lesson, give them less ice time. Anyways, apart from that, I'm not too worried because sometimes like I said last podcast, sometimes you need to take a step backwards in order to take 2 steps forwards. The only reason there's so much hype and criticism because they said they wanted to be in the mix. I don't think they're ready to be in the mix at all.
Not with the goalies that they have.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.